Yes, everyone, welcome back. Another episode, The Red Divide. United, Liverpool over there, much to discuss. It's been an interesting week
Yeah,
and
indeed.
an interesting weekend coming. My cousin, how are you?
I'm doing good. Obviously, football results didn't really go my way. But other than that, I'm doing good. Glad to be on another episode with you, my cuz. How are you doing?
Oh, doing good, doing fantastic. Um,
My cuz, I want to ask you a question for the fans. What has Man United got in common with a 3-point plug?
it depends what 3-point plug, right? Because Europe still use 3-point plugs.
Depends
I think
where
what
in
you
Europe.
mean is, a South African or an American 3-point plug.
No. So most of Europe uses 2-point plugs. There
Yeah.
are countries in Europe that do use 3-point plugs, which is a line. It's not round like in South Africa. So answer my joke. What do Man United and a 3-point plug have in common?
I guess it's the same as what Liverpool have in common with them as well after their result. Useless, I imagine.
Man United is useless in Europe, that's for sure.
Coming from a guy that just lost to a Europa team, a
We,
Europa
we
League
did we did lose to Europa League, but the
team.
difference is we on top of the log. You are stone cold lost, my cuz.
The other difference is we're playing the Champions League against real teams. You're playing against farmers and artists and singers and hairdressers. You know what I mean? We're playing against real teams. That's the difference.
The way you're going, you ain't going to be playing against any Champions League teams anytime soon. That's for sure.
That's okay. Then we'll also be top of that, whatever we do in Europa, because that's easy. That's guys who have part-time jobs.
Says the team that couldn't win it last year. Oh my goodness. You
It's
should give
okay.
more credit to the competition.
We tried many times to win it, and I think you've only won it once, right?
No, more than once.
Oh, yeah.
We won it
Okay.
twice.
I remember Klopp failing in his first year. I think he failed again in his second year. That's
Yeah,
okay.
Benitez won it once for us and Klopp won it once for us.
And Klopp also failed at it at least once, maybe more.
Yeah, and he's won the Champions League for us, That's more important.
Nice. Nice. That's all good.
Yeah. So Marcus, let's discuss your game, hey? Your game in the Champions League. You were very confident going into this game.
You're very
You thought
eager to
that you
talk
would
about
win.
it, and yet you're looking straight past the fact you lost to a bunch of farmers in the Europa League. So you're
Well,
very
we'll get
eager.
to we'll get to my game. Your
Mm.
game, I think there's a
You got a
lot
big
more
smile on
talking
your
points.
face. I wouldn't be so happy if I was you losing to I don't know who. Toulouse. You went to France all the way to Toulouse. That's what I heard. But anyway,
Yeah, you know what? It was a bad day at the office for us, but like I said, we'll get back into my game shortly. Let's discuss the Man United game. So
yeah.
you guys
So we
started
played
rightly.
10 men. We had 10 men. You
No,
played
no,
at
hold on.
the
Before you had 10 men, you guys started rightly. You guys scored in the second minute. You guys are playing well. 28th minute, nice little counter attack, pass through the middle. Hoyland's second goal. You Oaks up 2-0. Then the red card. Rashford red card. Is it a red card or not?
For me, it's not a red card. For me, if you're going to go and freeze it and analyze it and stand there for 30 seconds trying to figure out, what do you think his intentions are? You watched it live. You didn't think it was such an issue. If it was an issue, you would have blown your whistle and taken a look. But he didn't even, you know what I mean? It wasn't a big deal. And it's obviously coming from a person who's never played footy in their lives because you know his intention. He's trying to shield the ball. He's trying to come around, use his body, shield the ball, and he's put his foot down, and the defender's foot happened to be there. He didn't go and try and study him on purpose. He's turned, shielded the ball, put his foot down, and the defender's foot, unfortunately, is underneath his foot when he does that. He's not trying to tackle him. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's pathetic. It's one of the worst reds I've ever seen, in my opinion. So no, it's not a red.
Well, this is the problem with VAR. The refs are getting stills of images where it looks bad. They're not actually getting to watch the whole incident. It's the same thing with Curtis Jones. Same thing. He also, he had a little bit of a tough pass. His foot rolled over the ball, got the Oaks with studs, similar to what happened with Rashford. Just he was going in for a tackle. Rashford was trying to shield it, but same type of impact. I think in terms of VAR, they shouldn't be showing stills. They should be showing the incident because
100%.
still can be very subjective. That's for sure.
Correct.
So,
And it's very subjective because you have a person, a human being, making up his own mind. He's looking at VAR and he's deciding, is that a foul for me as a person? Do I think it's a foul? Then he decides yes or no. Someone who's never played footy in his life is like, his studs landed on the other guy's foot. His studs are high. Okay, red. Dude, go watch the play, see what happened. He goes to shield the ball. If he had played the game, you'd understand what he's trying to do, and he would see that he's just trying to shield the ball, unintentional, didn't mean it, unlucky. Maybe it's a foul, it's a free kick, whatever you want to do. But again, it's in the box, so I guess you can't do a free kick. But it's like, what are you doing here? He's trying to shield the ball. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
No foul. We carry on. That's fine.
They ended up getting, obviously, the free kick from that, hitting the crossbar, and not long after that, they pulled one back. So this is what I wanted to ask you. I didn't get to watch the whole game, but I watched the extended highlights. Why was there 13 minutes added to the first half?
It was an injury, and I was working, so a bit of work and a bit of that, but it looked like it was the injury, and it was that whole decision with VAR. It all played its part in adding on more and more minutes, which led to us going into the half at 2-2. Quite shocking after that early lead.
Yeah, so obviously Yolks were in control until the red card. Then they pulled one back, and then they got the penalty where it looked like it hit Varane on the arm, then the ball diverted, then it hit Maguire. What's your thoughts on that penalty claim? You think it's soft?
Very soft.
Even it's very similar. It's very similar to.
Very similar to.
Exactly.
The penalty for the third goal was extremely soft. To me, I'm like, it's not a penalty. Like,
yeah, well, this is.
Ours wasn't a penalty. They're getting too involved in the game. They're not letting the game flow. Yes. So neither should have been a penalty, and it should just carried on. You know what I mean? So it's pathetic. Go back to your point. The stills, the this, the that, the analyzing with going using the absolute still 1 second here, 1 second there. It's like using magnifying glasses. It's ridiculous. Like, let the game flow. You know what I mean? It's a joke.
Exactly. Yeah, well, that was the point that I was going to come to. Is obviously they got the penalty just before the end of the first half. Very soft in my opinion. And then in the second half, when you guys went 3-2 up, the penalty that you guys got as well was very soft. So I think probably that situation kind of balanced itself out. But in the second half, exactly, right? In the second half, you guys never really got going, obviously playing with 10 men. You had your chances here and there. But I honestly did not see them coming back 4-3. Like, you must have been on a high, being up 3-2 and going so close towards the end of the game. And then eventually they equalized and then they won the winner. That must have been a real blow.
It's all about game management, right? So although we're down 10 men, cool, we get the penalty, we go ahead. Again, shouldn't have been a penalty. Another should have there, so we should still be a goal ahead. And manage the game. Like, stick in extra guys in the midfield, manage the game, don't collapse. We collapsed. We capitulated. You know what I mean? It was difficult to see, difficult to watch. Like, be solid at the back, be strong in the midfield, be energetic, have drive, make sure you first to all the balls, first to the second ball, keep possession, you know what I mean? Like, basics. Yeah. And we couldn't do any of that. We capitulated, like I mentioned, and yeah, it was rough to watch. It was pretty hard to watch, actually.
And I think you guys obviously playing with 10 men. The guys, your team kind of lost concentration towards the end where they scored the equalizer. And I feel the lot should have done a lot better with the winner. It's almost like he lost concentration. He wasn't watching the man. He was watching the ball. The guy snuck in like behind him, which, as a defender. Exactly. He should have.
Defending.
It's almost like he followed the line of the ball and he forgot about the defender behind him and the guy snuck in and tapped it in.
No, if you watch he looks back, he sees the defender because he's got another guy in front of him. He looks back, he sees the attacker, and he's like, I better drop back. So he drops back for that guy, but that guy's anticipating the ball. Whereas the low, I don't know, he's there, I'm just marking the man, I'm standing in front of him.
He's like indecisive.
And the ball comes, and the attacker beats him, to the ball, and the low sort of like falls over and a little attempt and falls down, and the guy just slots it home. I'm like, what are you doing, man? Like, that was really poor. That was piss poor. Defending in general for the last two goals was not great. It was weak. But
so now after this game week's result, it leaves you bottom of the table again, my cuz. You've got Galatasaray away or home?
We have Galatasaray away, I believe, and Bayern at home.
Okay, so those are your last two games. Tough
Yeah,
games. You think you can
very
still?
tough.
You think you can still finish second and go through to the next stage?
Huge uphill, proper mountain. I think Bruno even said that we've got a mountain to climb, but we have to climb it. Doesn't mean we're going to do it. I personally think we're going to end up playing with the lesser of the red teams, playing with Liverpool shortly in the Europa, and that's the last thing I want. Like, I'd rather finish last. Let's finish last and focus on the league, because we need all the tension we can get over there too. I don't want to play Europa. I don't want to do Thursday, Sunday. I'm good. We can just focus on the league, play once a week. I'll be happy with that. We don't need the distraction of Thursday, Sunday, the way we're playing, our lack of form, lack of confidence, the injuries. Give us once a week, please. Otherwise, don't go beat Galatasaray and then get smacked by Bayern. You've got to at least pull off a draw or something against Bayern and hope the other result goes our way, because just don't give me third. Don't give me third. I don't want that. So I'm hoping that we either go and smack Galatasaray and pull off a result against Bayern, or just lose to Galatasaray. It's fine, whatever. We've thrown it away. We've been absolutely useless, as you mentioned, in Champions League. We'll I don't even know what to say. As you can hear, I'm quite irritated with the results. But go and finish it off. Focus on the league, and there we go. We'll go all out for the league. Play once a week, no excuses, and try and get back into the top four. That's all.
I think you guys could probably finish third and then join us in Europa League. Hopefully we get drawn against each other and we can kick you out. That would be ideal. Hey?
It wouldn't be ideal. I don't mind getting out.
Then you can't,
but I don't want to be knocked out by you. That's for sure.
Then you can't say that you got knocked out by a hairdresser or a part-time team or a part-time club, because you know, in your opinion, it's not a reputable competition. So yeah, it would be fitting if you guys actually came to the Europa League and we faced each other. It's a reputable
competition, but the team you lost against, Toulouse, are not any world beaters. Like, we're not talking about a Champions League team. You should have won there. Maybe you guys just, lost the concentration, underestimated them, whatever it was, and paid the price. Did you see the atmosphere in Copenhagen?
Yeah, I saw it. It was electrifying.
So did you see on our previous video I mentioned that they believe they're the favourites, and they said that we're going to do one hell of there'll be a hell of an atmosphere. You guys will know all about it. Did you see the banner that they had for us?
I saw it.
You see the huge banner showing 1-0 Copenhagen, showing the little red devil lying in his bed, sulking. And they had the flares all above it, so it really looked like, really intimidating.
Yeah,
and they were singing, and they were loud, and they were banging the drums. It was really intimidating. It was an amazing experience. It'd be great to be there.
Yeah, as a player, for
I would have liked United to come through that on top, especially when you're winning 2-0. There's no excuse to lose the game at 2-0. Even if you're down to 10 men, you might concede here. They might be unlucky and concede two, and you draw the game. Fair enough. But to go and lose the game, you scored 3 goals and you still lose the game? No, that's not. You lose that game to Bayern, Real, Barca, maybe. Not to Copenhagen. That's poor. That's like Liverpool losing to Toulouse. Poor.
Just goes to show the caliber of your football, Makaz. You can't even beat Copenhagen. Shocking.
Don't forget, it's still Champions League. Just remember that. It's not Europa League. It's not guys that maybe play rugby one day, then the next day they're playing Europa League. We're talking about guys who play, they play football full time. I'm talking about Europa League. So, on to Europa League.
Yes, here we go.
Oh, yes, I'm listening. Go.
So, yeah, Liverpool yesterday were probably as useful as the press conference. I don't know if you saw it, the post-press conference.
I just saw Klopp complaining. I'm so used to him crying and complaining.
Not even that, Marcus. He was straight. He laid down the facts. So anyway, they were busy interviewing him, and the position of where they had the conference must have been very close to where the home fans were. So you couldn't even hear the questions. You could just hear the Toulouse fans celebrating, which is great. Great. They won the game. They deserved to win the game.
On purpose.
Exactly. And you should have seen his face. They were
Okay,
busy.
that's
You should
cool.
have
That's
seen his
all honest,
face.
right?
Nah, not at all. You should have seen his face. They were busy questioning him, and he was trying to get the answers out. Everything was in French and it had to be translated. But as he was trying to talk, the fans were singing and cheering, and he was like looking left to right, and he was like chewing his teeth. You could see he was irate. Anyway, he was trying to answer their questions, and then towards the end, he said, "I have a question. I'd like to know who was the clever person to choose this location for the press conference, because it was pretty much the same. The idea that you guys had here was pretty much the same type of performance that we put in today." So he was honest. We
That's a great idea. I think it's awesome. Intimidate them afterwards, laugh at them afterwards, let them hear you. I think it's awesome. I love those mind games. I'm so
Yeah.
happy that it puts Klopp off because he loves crying and complaining. So sweet. More
Well,
of that, please.
it's only going to make him more irate, and he's going to be more determined to win the group for sure.
He'll win the
So
group.
in terms of the football, Marcas, we were poor. We obviously played a very weakened side. A lot of the French players got to go, which is fair. We need to rotate the squad. We started brightly. We started playing ball. But then they also started playing ball. They started coming back into the game, creating chances. Again, we were terrible in front of goals. We weren't decisive in the correct moments. They won all the second balls. They won all the passing. We couldn't pass. On the day, we were shit. We were terrible. One of the worst performances I've seen in Europe. And unfortunately, it cost us. We couldn't defend. We couldn't pass. We couldn't shoot. We couldn't do anything.
So
You
just
know, the
another day
fact that
off for
we
Liverpool.
the fact that we almost got a 3-3 draw speaks miracles, because we were shit. We actually didn't
What do
deserve
you mean
a point from
almost?
that game. So what happened was, in extra time, right at the end of the game, we scored a
Yeah.
goal, and the goal was given. And then what they did, they called the referee back to go and have another look. So what they
Yeah.
did, they went back. I don't know if you know this, but in Europa, it was like when VAR first came out to the Premier League, they used to go back 4, 5, 6 phases before the goal happened. Now they don't do that. They go 1, 2 phases and they proceed. So what
Yeah.
happened was, in the build up to the goal, they went back 4 or 5 phases. The ball comes across. McAllister hits him in the chest, and he tries to turn his body, and the ball hits him like here under the arm.
Yeah.
Anyway, we ended up, after 3 or 4 phases from that, we ended up scoring a goal.
Hmm.
The goal was disallowed.
My point
Shambolic.
is, I'm not saying we nearly got a draw. Like I would never drop to those levels. Maguire hit the crossbar or the post, the
I
woodwork,
saw
doesn't
that.
matter. I'm not saying, we nearly got a draw. Cuz this is the difference between United and Liverpool. We don't, we almost got a draw away. We 10 men and we almost, no, we didn't play well. We crumbled. We got smacked. Done.
So, bad day at the office. We deserve to lose. Hopefully, the next performance, the boys show more grit and determination, be the first player to win the ball, be more decisive with our decision making. If we put this result behind us and move on to the weekend's games.
Yeah, I'd like to see you guys lose 3 in a row. This weekend, this yesterday, and this coming weekend. That'd be amazing. Gee.
Yeah, of course it would. So
So
you boys are up first, eh?
we are
Home
Saturday.
to Luton.
We'll show you quick how to beat Luton. All right, we'll show you how to get the job done.
Yeah, well, if you're more clinical than what we were in front of goal, you should beat them. Although what I like about them is they have spirit, and they don't sit back and try and catch on the counter. They actually do play football, so it would be a good game of football, Marcus.
Yeah, I think so. Look, I don't want to jump the gun the way we're playing. We could go and lose there, but yeah, I think we should bounce back, and I think it'll be a nervy one, but I think we'll win it by a goal.
Yeah, I also reckon you'll get a result, possibly a draw, just based on how they played against us. They actually went for it, although we were not clinical in front of goals. If we were more clinical, we would have won that game. So, yeah, let's see how it goes. We probably get the 3 points.
All right, and then that's this little Saturday game, and then remind us, you playing Sunday. Why are you playing Sunday, Cuz? Why not Saturday?
It's just how the fixtures work out.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's strange that you're not playing Saturday like us. Yeah, I'm trying to work it out. And,
We play alternate Saturdays. Depends on which competition we're playing. That's for sure.
so it's got to do with the competition that you play during the week. Is that what you're saying?
That same competition you guys couldn't win. Yes.
Oh, that's right. You play Thursday nights. That's right. That's why you have to play Sunday. Okay, cool. Tell us about Sunday, home to Brentford. Whoa, that's a toughie. I think I
Tough
predicted you to
game.
lose that game, didn't I?
I can tell you.
I think
You
I did.
said that we would draw against Brentford.
Oh, fair
You
enough.
said we would draw against Brentford.
Tough
You know
game,
what?
Brentford.
Tough game. They've beaten Chelsea. They've beaten West Ham. They narrowly lost 2-1 to United.
They were
So
winning that game. Came back to win.
it would be a good game of football. You know, they're dangerous on the counter-attack. They're really well organized. We are at home. I'm hoping that our team shows character and, we bounce back from the results against Toulouse and, get 3 points. I did predict in our last predictions that we would win. So, I'm going with all 3 points.
I do think you will win. Now that I think about it, you've rested a lot of players on Thursday. You'll have a fresher team. Klopp will want to come out strong. So although I'm hoping you still draw, and I predicted you draw, I won't go back on that. You'd likely you likely will win it. But man, come on, Brentford, do the trick.
Yeah, it's not an easy game. Premier League, they're playing good football. You can't take that away from them. However, I think the boys need to show a statement that we hit a little bit of a wobble. We're not actually playing the best football. Obviously, when you change your best 11, put in your second team, basically, obviously things are going to give. But with us being top of the log in the Europa League, obviously it gives you an opportunity to play fringe players, and that's what we've done. But with a full team strength squad for tomorrow, or for Sunday, shall I say, I reckon we'll get the 3 points.
Yeah, let's hope not. Let's hope it goes according to my plan. And you go into international break with, a bit of a shaking your head, scratching your head, and wondering what is going on. We've now dropped points in 3 games straight. That'll be wonderful.
It's not going to happen. We're not united.
Oh yeah, we didn't lose 3 in a row. Well, neither have you yet, but we'll see.
We'll see what happens. It's going to be an interesting weekend of football. Looking forward to it.
Me too. I cannot wait. Got to put the result right and get that previous one, out of our heads and go into this last international break, thank God, and then just get back to club football.
That's it. I couldn't agree more. International breaks, we just got to be happy and be, positive that none of the players that represent the international teams come back injured.
Yeah, let's hope and pray.
Let's hope. Yeah. Well, thank you everyone for joining us for another episode. Hopefully you can share some of our humor with us. If you like the content that we produce, please like, share, tell all your mates about us. 2 crazy cousins going at each other with the teams that we believe are best. And tune in to the next episode. Look forward to having you.
Definitely. See you all soon. Take it easy.
Catch you later, my cuz. Enjoy.